Hi everybody, it's Robin with Uniquely Robins. Today we're going to do a little bit of Halloween decor, and we're going to fancy up our pumpkins a little bit. This is a white pumpkin. It's a real pumpkin, so it's got some bad spots on it, but you know, that happens. We're just going to make it pretty. Get my Mod Podge. I had to get me a new bottle of it because it's running out of it. So let's get that opened. Maybe. Come on, fingers work. There we go. Okay. So I've got some napkins here, and I had this one here. I cut all the little pieces out. We're going to use that on this one. And make him all pretty. I'm going to start on the side with that bad piece on it because we're going to cover him up. Cover that badness up. Just got a regular old paintbrush here, and it's nothing fancy, just a little cheap one I bought, I think, at Walmart. I got a package of them. So we're going to first start by painting on our Mod Podge. Just little sections at a time. Want it kind of thin, or kind of thick, but not real thick. Making a mess here on my, let me get my mat. Let's put him on the mat so we don't get our desk all yuck. Move those out the way. Okay. And I'm just doing a little section at first. Okay. Kind of messy. That's okay. I'm going to take my biggest piece first because I want it to cover that bad spot. So just move him around how you want him. Gonna go down the little creases first, I think. Just try to be gentle that you don't cut your paper. It's no real big deal if you do, because you can always put him back together with your Mod Podge. Got a little wrinkle there. It's all right. He'll be pretty when he's done. Just kind of go out from the edges, or out to the edges, I should say. This piece I'm gonna pick up and slide a little bit, trying not to rip it. There we go. That little crease there. I tried to pick some fall light colors for this. Just make sure you cover all your paper napkins. Okay, I'm gonna go around to this other side. Put another piece on. cover him up. This is going to have to dry overnight, so I will show you the finished project tomorrow on a video. Okay, we're going to go around to this other side. We'll put a piece on here. You can just put a few on if you want, or you know, cover the whole thing if you want. It's you do you. Okay. Now, take this one. We'll put him right here. Actually, I'm going to scoot him over this way a little more, because I want mine to be fairly covered. Just make sure you keep your brush wet when you're applying it on there, because you want to make sure that you don't rip your paper napkin very much. Now, I already separated these. They come 3-ply, or some of them are 4-ply, but most of them I think are 3-ply. Okay. Make sure I get it covered good. This will give your pumpkin a little gloss to it too. They have Mod Podge in matte and high gloss. I think I got the matte. Yeah, I got the matte. They do have high gloss if you want it glossier, and you'll be able to tell the difference when it's dry. It won't be as glossy as if you use high gloss, but that's okay. Oops, get back there. Trying to get him down in that little crease. And I like to cover the whole pumpkin with the matte finish, even where I don't have things at, just because I think it looks more cohesive when you're done. I know not everybody does. Some people just do just the part that you're Mod Podging on there, but I like to do it all. And you can overlap these if you want. Or just do single layer, whichever you want to do. Just try not to go over it too much, but you want to make sure you get it covered too. Trying to smooth out my wrinkles without tearing it. Once it gets nice and soft, it'll smooth out a little better. Okay. I'll put one of these little bees right here. One of you guys gave me these napkins, and I appreciate that. I have a hard time finding really decorative napkins. I don't know where you guys are finding them, but people have been sending me some really pretty ones. Guess I just have to keep looking. I have another bee. Let's put him right here. Come here, bee. Oops, put him on upside down. There we go. Okay. Just trying to get the bottom here where I didn't put any Mod Podge to Just make sure he looks pretty. Okay, so there's one done. So let me put him off to the side on something so that he can dry. Okay. Clean up my mess a little bit here. Okay. Just gotta make sure I clean up my lid of my Mod Podge, because otherwise it'll glue it closed. I've had that happen before. Let's see. Let's try this one. Let me get another napkin just so I can show you the way they come apart. I'm just gonna grab one I have laying over here. And I found the easiest way that I found to do it is to take a little piece of tape. If I can get it off of there, and just roll it together, and then grab a corner, and it'll just pull up from the corner. So there you have one. And I always keep these because I can tape them to a piece of paper and print something out on them that I want to use, which usually comes out really nice. Well, you see, I just ripped a little piece so I can find a good starting point to get a hold of it here. There we go. And that's all there is to it. Yeah, if you tape this down good on a piece of paper and run it through your printer, you can print on these. So you can make your own napkins too, which is kind of cool. But it's just easy as that. And that's what I've done to all of these. We're going to use this pumpkin next. And for this one, it has a little bit of a texture to it. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep that texture, but we're going to try. I'm just going to cut just the little corner here where the all folds come together. So when you open it, you have a hole in the middle. And I'm going to put that right down over my pumpkin. And we're going to try to use this whole thing on here. Now I know it fits. Now we'll get him all lathered up. You can cover the whole thing first if you want, or just part of it. I'm going to try just to do the top half first, and we'll see how that goes. I'm afraid if I put it over the whole pumpkin, it's going to get stuck in places I don't want it to, and it'll rip on me. Can you tell? I've never done this before. And make it about even all the way around. All right, moment of truth. You have some room to handle it. Get down in there. And just go around where I did before on the top, because you always want to have Mod Podge on the bottom and on the top to seal it. All right, right across my arm again. Getting good at that. Mod Podge my arm. Okay. Now I'm going to work from underneath where I didn't Mod Podge and put some on there. Makes a nice decoration rather than just the plain old pumpkins, you know. Get some on this side. It's a good thing I didn't get a heavy pumpkin. Okay. I'm just going to start from one side, kind of work down the creases. If it overlaps a little bit, that's fine. Because you're putting something square and something round, so it's going to overlap a little bit. Just kind of try to get it to overlap where you want it to, not where it wants to. Oh, this is going to be pretty. This is a really pretty napkin. Gotta kind of be a little delicate, which evidently I'm not so good at. So I ripped him right there, so we're gonna fix that. Put him back up there where he belongs. Come on, get in there. There you go. There you go. I'm going to trim him a little bit for two reasons. Because he's a little long for one. Makes your hand cramp up. I'm going to trim this one a little bit over here too. So we're going to use that to patch a couple little spots. Need a pumpkin holder. Ooh. Just real gently. Don't want to go over it too much because then I'll make it rip again. A little. Got him. Okay. Got a little piece we're going to patch right there. And right there. Oops, go back here. And depending on the size of your napkin, whether you can cover the bottom or not, that's up to you. So you okay. Let me see if I have another one of those napkins. I don't know if I do. I'm hoping that I do. I like the bottom of my things to be covered. I might only just have had one of those. Yep, I only have one of those. Well, darn it. Yeah, it should have been at the top. Well, yep. So I'm not going to get my bottom covered, but that's okay because you don't see it when it's sitting up. Like I said, I really like to cover the whole thing, but you know, we got to do what we got to do. So we'll set him over there to dry. We got one more. This one, I was thinking that we would put some butterflies on him. I have some butterfly stickers, and I think we're going to put those on this one. Some really cool butterflies. I think I'm going to lay them out where I want them, and I'm just going to stick them on, and then I'm going to Mod Podge over top, and we'll see how that works. Some butterflies around the top. Oh, you could put spiders on them. You could put, you know, skulls on them. Whatever you like on your pumpkins. Like I always say, you do you. I'm going to put some down along here as well. Covering with some butterflies. I think he'll look pretty that way. Make sure they're stuck pretty good. Ooh, that one's pretty. You could put about anything you want on these, depending on if you want it pretty or if you want it scary. You know, this is something good just to play around with and see what you like. I think that looks pretty good right there. Now we're going to Mod Podge it on there. These shouldn't rip as easy because they're not as fragile. You just want to make sure you get it on there good. Put a little up underneath there if you need to. You can paint your pumpkin first if you like. Make it just all one solid color. Make sure you get it up underneath there so it sticks on there. And you may have to, with these stickers, since they do stick up a little bit, you may have to put more than one coat of Mod Podge, I would say, on there. Put a coat, let it dry, and then put another coat. So I'll probably do the video on Wednesday. That way it'll give me time to let these dry for 24 hours and then re-Mod Podge them. So then you can see what they look like. Now these are real pumpkins, so you can also do these on the fake store-bought pumpkins. You can do them on there too, and then they'll last forever. Definitely gonna have to do another coat on here of these, but that's okay. Gosh, my hand keeps cramping up. Now I would wait till this gets a little tacky and then push them back up on there where they're wanting to come loose a little bit. Once it gets tacky, it'll hold better. You could even glue them on if you wanted to. That might actually be a good idea if you glued them on. But like I said, that's up to you. All right, we'll let this get tacky, and then I'll come back through and push down where they're coming up. But you never know unless you try, right? Okay. We'll let those dry. Let that one get tacky, and then I'll push my stickers on there a little better, and then Mod Podge it again once it starts to dry. But there you have it. We have 3 little pumpkins. Reminds me of that school song, the little pumpkin sitting on the fence. All right, make sure you wash your Mod Podge brush really good as soon as you're done. That way you don't ruin your brush. I've had this brush for a long time. I use it a lot because they're really soft. I did get a set of these. Oh, this one might say on it what it is. Maybe. Well, there's so much paint on there from, no, just says brush, something brushes, but I can't read what it says. The name of it is. Let me see if I have another one in the drawer that might be able to read the name on it. So I know you guys like to know what kind of brands of things, but nope, I don't. Well, they're blue handle brushes, and I know, I'm almost positive I got these at Walmart. So any brushes work, though. It doesn't have to be this brand or anything. But there's our pumpkins, and we will see you on Wednesday, and I'll let you see how they turned out before we start our project on Wednesday. Have a great day, guys. Show the ladies below some love. Show your neighbors and friends some love. Bye-bye.